Hi. Today is day 106, and I was going to. I've been to the counseling today. It went on well, I think. And sometimes I feel that it's helping me a lot. Anyway, I booked my next session as well. And I hope it helps me. Because I was talking about my brother was not well. And his daughter's gone back. But I spoke to him today and I feel much better after speaking to him. Because he says he's having a lot of tests. What test he's having, I don't know. But I think they'll have to keep him there for a while until they find out what's actually wrong with him. They don't know what's actually wrong. There are 5 people giving 5 different opinions, and my brother says I'm fed up. But he's too weak to argue with them. So I hope he doesn't start doing self-diagnosis and getting out of there. I hope they keep him there until he's fully recovered. I said yesterday that I would talk to you about something that happened long time ago, before I was thinking of even joining the marine engineering. There was a East African Railways course going on in Nairobi, and people were called from all over East Africa, and I'm sure some of you may have been called or have been there or not been there, or may have heard about it. But the thing is, it's a good thing that I did not get into the system, because as soon as I went for I think we had to pay something for the entrance fee or something. But as soon as I got there, the first night was fine, dormitory and everybody sharing, and everybody in their own bed and all that. Then the second day, in the morning, after having the meals there, I had terrible stomach upset. And I didn't know what to do. And what happened was, they were taking us outside and asking us to dig and plantation and all that to see how strong we are, something like that. But some of my friends, they got through because they didn't have upset stomach. I had. And I think it's a godsend actually. It's nice to not to have had that job. Because if I had stayed in Nairobi and studied that locomotive engineering, then I think I would have stayed there and I wouldn't have left East Africa. But because I've done this marine engineering and I've sailed and suddenly became the chief engineer and all that, it was remarkable for me. And that gave me the push to come to England. After coming to England, before coming to England, I had gone to Eastleigh in Nairobi I don't know, some of you may have known the place. And there was a couple of guys who were staying there, and I stayed with them because they knew my father and my father knew them. Asked me to stop there because after the training school rejected me, railway training, I got out from there and I went there to stay for a couple of days before I took the train back to Mombasa. And the funny thing happened to me was uh, the toilet was outside. To climb up the steps and go inside. And I was having a crap, sorry about the language. But suddenly a hand came in and pulled out the tray and replaced another tray. And I got the scare of my life. I didn't know what to do, what was happening. Because it's a new thing to me. It's never happened in Mombasa, but it happened in Nairobi. Those days, I don't know, they call them churas. The people who pick up the muck from the toilet, or the cleaners in the toilet, they are called churas in Swahili. Now, what is the translation for chura? I don't know. I'll have to find out later. I'll think about it. That frightened me so much. I nearly jumped out of my skin. And then I went and told those uncles who were there, and they said, "Oh, we forgot to tell you that these churas will come and pick the muck out from the hole, and you got to be careful because they're coming from the prison, they're prisoners, and they're given this kind of job," which is very cruel, I thought that time. Anyway, I left that, and I went back to Mombasa by train, reached Mombasa. I told the story to my father. I said, I don't want to join the East African Railways. East African Railway Training School of Nairobi. I didn't want to join. And not only that, I got pushed out. He asked me, why didn't you carry on? I said, no, I don't think it's my kind of job. He didn't argue with me, so when I joined the Southern Engineering and started doing the apprenticeship there, I'm sure many people have seen me in my dirty clothes coming home and late. At least I had to pay them something to do my service there as well. And when I was leaving, they gave me that money back. But these are all experiences I had. And after joining ICI here in Clitheroe, I was offered a job in Zambia. Talking to somebody, it reminded me of that job. And it was a very highly paid and the very highest post I was getting to work in the copper mines of Zambia. But I didn't have to work inside the mine. I may have to go and test and examine equipments that are digging for copper. And then I wrote this thing to my aunt who was in Nairobi. And I was keeping in contact with her because her elder son had passed away and all that. And her other son is here in Scotland. And she said, you left Africa. You left Africa for good. I don't think you should come back. It was a very highly paid job, and the servants and house and car and everything was offered to me. I went to Harley Street for my medicals in London. But when it came to the crunch of moving, my daughter was about 4 or 5 at the time, I chickened out. It's a good thing I chickened out because I have adapted this country and I've come to love this place. And we share a culture of ours. I have my own culture of Kerala. And with that culture and the English culture, 60% of my culture and 40% of the English culture, which is not very much, but you adapt it. And if you get along with both the cultures together, then you can live in any country because you go to understand their culture as well. Whichever country you adapt will be a country you want to live in. And that's how you can live in both the cultures, because they'll respect your culture and you should respect theirs. Bye for now. Talk to you tomorrow. Don't forget, those who have not, I got 30% of people who have not subscribed for me. Anyway, if you like, please do. Bye. Take care. Oh, don't forget the mask. Bye for now.